1.21. 1,
Are you coming home for dinner tonight?
No, I'm going out with my friends.
2,
What are you going to do in the summer?
We're going to rent a house with my sister and her husband.
3,
Do you think they'll have children soon?
I don't think so. Not for a few years, anyway.
1.23. Personality. What are they like? 1,
Selfish people think about themselves and not about other people.
2,
A competitive person always wants to win.
3,
Spoiled children behave badly because they are given everything they want.
4,
An aggressive person gets angry quickly and likes fighting and arguing.
5,
Charming people have an attractive personality and make people like them.
6,
A sensible person has common sense and is practical.
7,
A sociable person is friendly and enjoys being with other people.
8,
Anxious people are often worried or stressed.
9,
A moody person is happy one minute and sad the next, and is often bad-tempered.
10,
Independent people like doing things on their own, without help.
11,
A bossy person likes giving orders to other people.
12,
An affectionate person shows that they love or like people very much.
13,
A jealous person thinks that someone loves another person more than them or wants what other people have.
14,
A sensitive person can be easily hurt or offended.
15,
An ambitious person wants to be successful in life.
16,
A reliable person is someone who you can trust or depend on.
17,
A rebellious person doesn't like obeying rules.
18,
A stubborn person never changes his opinion or attitude about something.
1.24. Opposites.
Clever,
Stupid.
generous,
Mean.
insecure,
Self-confident.
lazy,
Hard-working.
quiet,
Talkative.
shy.
Outgoing.
1.25. Negative prefixes.
Unambitious.
Unfriendly.
Dishonest.
Unimaginative.
Unkind.
Disorganized.
Unreliable.
Unselfish.
Unsociable.
Untidy.
Immature.
Impatient.
Irresponsible.
Insensitive.
1.26. 1,
Jealous, anxious, ambitious, generous, rebellious.
2,
Sociable. Reliable.
3,
Responsible, sensible.
4, competitive, talkative, aggressive, sensitive. 5.
Unfriendly, insecure, impatient, immature.
1.27.
This morning we're talking about family and family life. And now Danielle Barnes is going to tell us about a book she's just read called Birth Order by Linda Blair. So what's the book about, Danielle?
Well, it's all about how our position in the family influences the kind of person we are. I mean, whether we're firstborn, a middle child, a youngest child, or an only child. Linda Blair argues that our position in the family is possibly the strongest influence on our character and personality.
So tell us more about this, Danielle. What about the oldest children in a family, the firstborn?
Well, firstborn children often have to look after their younger brothers and sisters, so they're usually sensible and responsible as adults. They also tend to be ambitious, and they make good leaders. Many US presidents and British prime ministers, including, for example, Winston Churchill, were oldest children. On the negative side, oldest children can be insecure and anxious. This is because when the second child was born, they lost some of their parents' attention, and maybe they felt rejected.
That's all very interesting. What about the middle child?
Middle children are usually more relaxed than oldest children. That's probably because the parents are more relaxed themselves by the time the second child arrives. They're usually very sociable, the kind of people who get on with everybody, and they're also usually sensitive to what other people need. Now, this is because they grew up between older and younger brothers and sisters. For the same reason, they are often quite good at sorting out arguments. And they're always sympathetic to the ones on the losing side, or in general to people who are having problems. On the other hand, middle children can sometimes be unambitious, and they can lack direction in life.
And youngest children?
I was very interested in this part of the book, as I'm a youngest child myself. It seems that youngest children are often very outgoing and charming. This is the way they try to get the attention of both their parents and their older brothers and sisters. They are often more rebellious, and this is probably because it's easier for the youngest children to break the rules. By this time, their parents are more relaxed about discipline. On the negative side, youngest children can be immature and disorganised, and they often depend too much on other people. This is because they have always been the baby of the family.
Fascinating. And finally, what about only children?
Only children usually do very well at school because they've a lot of contact with adults. They get a lot of love and attention from their parents, so they're typically self-confident. They're also independent, as they're used to being by themselves. And because they spend a lot of time with adults, they're often very organised.
Well, I'm an only child myself, and people always think that I must be spoiled. Is that true according to Linda Blair?
Well, it's true that only children can sometimes be spoilt by their parents because they're given everything they ask for. Also on the negative side, only children can be quite selfish, and they can also be impatient, especially when things go wrong. This is because they're not used to sorting out problems with other brothers and sisters.
Younger brother or only child? How was it for you? The Younger Brother, novelist Tim Lott.
Rivalry between brothers is normal, but there was a special reason for the tension between us. I was very ill when I was born and spent 3 months in hospital with my mother. My brother did not see her at all during that time, as he went to stay with an aunt. When our mother returned home, it was with a sick newborn baby who took all the attention. No wonder he hated me. Although if you ask Jeff, he will say that he didn't. We remember things differently. My brother and I were completely different. We shared the same bedroom, but he was tidy and I was really untidy. He was responsible, I was rebellious. He was sensible, I was emotional. I haven't got any positive memories of our childhood together, though there must have been good moments. Jeff says we used to play cowboys and Indians, but I only remember him trying to suffocate me under the bed covers. My relationship with Jeff has influenced my attitude towards my own 4 daughters. If the girls fight, I always think that the younger child is innocent. But the good news about brothers and sisters is that when they get older, they value each other more. Jeff is now one of my best friends, and I like and admire him greatly. For better or for worse, we share a whole history. It is the longest relationship in my life.
The only child. Journalist Sarah Lee.
I went to boarding school when I was 7, and the hardest thing I found was making friends. Because I was an only child, I just didn't know how to do it. The thing is that when you're an only child, you spend a lot of your time with adults, and you're often the only child in a gathering of adults. Your parents go on living more or less the way they have always lived, only now you are there too. I found being an only child interesting because it gave me a view of the world of adults that children in a big family might not get. And I know it has, at least partly, made me the kind of person I am. I never like being one of a group, for example. If I have to be in a group, I will always try to go off and do something on my own, or be with just one other person. I'm not comfortable with being one of a gang. My parents are divorced now, and my mother lives in the US and my father in the UK. I feel very responsible for them. I feel responsible for their happiness. I'm the closest relative in the world to each of them, and I am very aware of that.